Hey guys, this is Foucault. Um, I'm recording a live session here. You see six tables of 2-4 no limit six-handed. It's going to be a little different from some of my previous videos, just in that I think I'm going to focus more on the playing than the talking in this video. I know sometimes I've done videos with four or even just two tables going at once and talking a lot about individual hands, and I think this one is going to be a little bit more about I mean, not that I won't explain some things, but I think it's going to be just a little bit more about playing than talking. Um, this is a decent spot to raise him here. I think I would do it with a lot of draws, like gut shots and stuff, but I think that particular hand is. I'd raise a lot of stuff, but I think that hand has so little equity on that particular flop. There's really not a reason to put that one hand into my bluffing range. Show you one other one that I played on this table um, real recently. Um, this hand here versus S30, I think it's a pretty standard double barreling spot where on the flop, I'm betting with ace jack, and I really think I'm certainly well ahead of his range here on the flop. So I'm kind of betting, even though I don't think any worse hands are going to call and probably no better hands are going to fold, but it helps me. There's certainly value in taking the pot down immediately, and even if I am called, I can do what I did here, which is fire a second barrel on certain cards. That the flop bet actually kind of helps me then to fire a second barrel here when I turn a gut shot. It kind of sucks to get check raised on the turn, and against a better player, it's actually probably more dangerous to double barrel here because you'll see people like turn a flush draw into a check raise bluff on the turn and things that I think you're probably not going to see quite as much at 2-4. So I think if he check raises me on the turn, he probably just has a five, and I'm getting blown off of a gut shot, but I only have four outs if I'm check raised. Where if he calls, I very well might have as many as 10 outs, right? Any king, any jack, any ace. He very well could be calling me down with like pocket eights or something. Um, so I think it's kind of a good example of a double barrel hand where I have a lot of equity versus his calling range, but not very much versus his raising range. And that means that I don't mind too much if he calls, and I don't mind too much if he check raises. Now, obviously, I want him to fold, but in neither case am I losing terribly much. See, I think in some past videos I've spent a lot of time explaining kind of trivial decisions, and here I might just do some things sort of automatically, uh, and not necessarily explain every single fold that I make. That was a pretty bad play there by Dangalang, I think. I mean, the problem is on the one hand, yeah, it looks like a really good spot for a squeeze play from piano spike, and the problem with just shoving there with pocket nines is that you're putting so much money out there. I mean, he was shoving something like $400 at a $60 pot, and the times that you are called, I think piano spike's calling range there is going to be like ace king and pairs better than the nines. He's probably not calling with pocket eights. He might call with like ace queen suited, but really, I mean, I think you're going to be so far behind his calling range. It's really much better to have a hand that has some good equity versus his range